Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Has No Color. My name is Beverly and this is my photography journey. Before I get started with an update, let me just wish each and every one of you a happy new year 2023. I hope that the year brings happiness as well as accomplishments for each and every one of you. I haven't posted any videos in the last couple of weeks just simply because I had a lot going on, but that didn't mean that I was not still focused on learning photography and practicing my craft. So, if you've watched the last couple of videos, I have been trying to learn how to learn exposure, specifically how to take photographs in low lighting. And it has been a challenge, but I have been practicing and I think I'm starting to understand a little bit of it. I think I determined that flash was the answer in most situations, but also that I needed to take my time in choosing my settings, not to rush into a scene and just wanting to start taking photographs, but to actually spend a little bit of time assessing the environment, assessing the scene, and doing my best to choose the right settings. I think the mistake that I've been making is I've been rushing into a room and just snapping photographs, and they have not been turning out the way that I've hoped. However, because a lot of the times it's practice, I'm able to look at it and determine that it's underexposed quite a bit or overly exposed, and to try to adjust those settings. So I'm really learning to take my time with this stuff because you can't rush it. And I'm not there yet. I'm not to the point where I can just, flick, do all this and, click and flick and click and flick and, and get the settings perfect. I'm still learning, but I like it. I like it. I love it. I'm going to keep going, but it's hard. So I am downstairs in my kitchen, and I often use this area as my practice field for learning low light photography, just simply because whether it's the morning or middle of the day or even at night, if the blinds are not open, the room itself is very dark, and so it's probably about middle of the day. I would say maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The blinds are not fully opened, and so I'm going to try to create something similar to let's say like a reception where there's some light but there's not a lot of light, because the mood is very romantic and things like that. So let's get this light on, and then I also want to maybe light a candle. And I'll put that right there. And then I'll get this blind closed and see if we can tailor that again just a little bit. So I'm assuming that if I was at a reception area, or not if I was at a reception, if I was at like a reception or like a party in the evening, that this would be the mood of the environment, very low lighting, some candles maybe, maybe some lighting in the distance, so forth and so on. So I am going to see I've got my flash, and I've got my flash set at manual 128 Slav S1. And to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what that means. We'll see if we can get some. Beautiful. All right, they're turning out pretty good, but I want to see what they mean by bouncing the light off. Okay. And it just clicked off. So I have no idea what that means. All right, guys. So I have spent probably the last hour and a half practicing taking some low light pictures, or taking some pictures in a low light environment. And I was using the Canon Mark 52, which is the camera that I use, that I have right now as a beginner. And I was trying to learn how to use the flash on that camera. And I noticed that every time I took a picture, the flash would turn off. And I couldn't understand it. I thought that maybe it was broken, or that, you know, there was something in the settings that was causing it to go off, and I just couldn't understand it. So I got on the computer, did a little bit of research, still couldn't really find anything. And then something dawned on me. I bought this flash shortly after I bought the Nikon, and I think that when I bought this flash, I wanted a flash specifically for this camera, or at least I wanted it to be able to work on this camera. So this is a Neewer 752, but when I googled Neewer 752 model, definitely looks a lot different than the one I have. Now I don't know if mine is the newer model, if it's an older model, there's been like an upgrade or update to this particular flash. But I was just about to give up, and something told me to switch the flash from the Canon to the Nikon and see how it does. And when I was doing that, I noticed something really peculiar. So in order for this flash to work, I took a notice at the nodules on the bottom of the flash that plugs into the hot shoe, and it is the exact replica of what's in the Nikon camera. Now the Canon camera, the nodules are very different. They overlap in some areas, but they're missing in other areas, and I'm guessing that that's why, that this is probably just not even the model flash for the Canon. And so I think I'm gonna have to buy me another flash that will fit my Canon camera. But the moment that I plugged this onto the Nikon, it read the flash, it took the pictures that I wanted, and I didn't have any problems. So I'm probably going to have to practice a little bit with this while I order me a flash for the Canon. So there's some reprieve there because I just could not figure that out. So I'm getting there. I'm learning. So I just need to get me a Canon flash and I think I'll be good. I came across the YouTube channel for Adrian Lard, which I never heard of him, but apparently, he's an experienced photographer, and he was one of the videos that I watched for the Canon, for the Speedlight Basics. And so he was talking about, a flash. So I'm going to look up that real quick and see, if I can get one of those. But I need to make sure that the flash that I get it's going to work for the camera. So I know that Canon offers a flash for like $300, which I'm not sure that I want to spend that amount of money right now. I've been buying. I just got some new stuff. And I don't know. So I'll get something to make it work. But anyway, that's my journey. I appreciate you guys checking in and just following along with me. It has been a challenge for sure, but I'm definitely enjoying myself and I'm going to keep going. So I'll see you guys on the next one.